Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to continue with the same lesson, weather and climate. So we are going to see the further elements of weather. In the previous videos we have studied about weather, climate, and the first two elements of weather, that are temperature and air pressure. Let us now learn about the next element, that is winds. So students, in your surrounding you might have experienced air. You have felt air. Yes. So what is air? Yes, a breeze, whatever you feel from the atmosphere, that is called as a air. Yeah. So air starts moving from high pressure to low pressure areas in a horizontal direction, and this moving air is called as winds. What is it called as? Wind. So always remember, the air starts blowing from high pressure to low pressure, and this kind of air is called as wind. Yes, and it's in horizontal direction. So wind blows from high pressure to low pressure areas, and the speed of this wind depends on the amount of differences in air pressure. On what does its speed depends on? The amount of differences in air pressure. So what is air pressure? We have studied. Yeah, means the pressure exerted by air. Yes or no? So wind is dependent on the differences in this air pressure. Now let us move on to the next element, that is moisture. So our atmosphere is having, or it contains, vapor. Okay. So the air that has greater amount of vapor is called humid air. Yes or no? So here you can see the sea which has vapor around it, and the atmosphere, this air is having greater amount of vapor, so such kind of air is called as humid air. The humidity in the atmosphere is called moisture, and this humidity, whatever is present in the atmosphere, is called as moisture. Did you understand? So students, the proportion of moisture in the atmosphere depends on temperature, because when the temperature increases, the moisture in the air also increases. Yeah. So air with higher temperature holds a greater amount of moisture. Now sea, ocean or coastal region is mostly having water, means it has sea. In that areas the water is continuously evaporating because of the high temperature, and as water evaporates there, air in that area holds greater amount of what? Greater amount of, yes, vapor. And thus that air is humid air, and thus that is called as a moisture. So air with higher temperature holds a greater amount of moisture. Did you understand what is moisture? The air around us also has moisture, means it has vapors in it, because some or the other places there is water is all continuously evaporating. That means there is vapor in the atmosphere. But when it rains heavily, that time there is more moisture, because there are more vapors. Okay. Or when there is lot of heat, that time there is more moisture. Okay. Now let's see the last element of weather, that is precipitation. Now what happens? These vapors which are there in the atmosphere, they go at higher level, and then there they condense. Condensation means what you have studied. Vapor converting to water droplets is called as condensation. So vapors in the atmosphere condenses and they are converted into water droplets, or in some places they are converted into snow particles. Yes, and their showering on the earth is called precipitation. Did you understand what is precipitation? So precipitation means vapors in the atmosphere condense to water droplets or in the form of snow. Yes, so they condenses into water droplets or snow particles, and this showering on the earth is called as precipitation. So examples of precipitation are rainfall. We all are experiencing it, isn't it? Snowfall, hailstorm. We have studied snowfall we have in the snowy areas or snowy regions. Hailstorm means what you have studied, isn't it? So hailstorm, snowfall, rainfall, etc. are all the forms of precipitation. So students, always remember that weather, whatever we have studied, it is described. So here we have finished about elements of weather. The elements of weather are temperature, air pressure, wind, moisture and precipitation. 5 elements of weather are there. I hope you all have understood it. Okay. Now let's conclude the lesson. That is, we have studied about weather in this lesson. Yes. So weather is described on the basis of the conditions which are prevailing at that particular time. While students, climate means what? It is described on the basis of the conditions which prevail over a longer period of time. Did you understand the difference between climate and weather? Weather is described on the basis of the conditions prevailing at that given time, and climate is described on the basis of conditions which are prevailing over a long period of time. One more difference, that is, weather keeps changing frequently and we can easily experience these changes. Okay, it is short lived, so it changes quickly and we can experience these changes. While climate takes a long period of time. Okay, so change in the climate takes place over long period of time, and these are not perceived easily, means we can't understand it easily. So now, after studying the difference between weather and climate, let us now understand the factors that influence the climate. Okay, so the factors that influence the climate are latitudinal position, means we have studied what are latitudes, yes or no? 0 degree horizontal lines. Yes, so at 0 degree equator it is hot climate. Yeah, as we go up in the northern hemisphere, and in the same way as we go down, latitudinal difference we can experience, temperature difference we can experience. Yes or no? So the first factor which influences the climate is latitudinal position. Next, height above sea level. So above the sea level if we will go, the temperature again decreases. Nearness to ocean, this is also one of the factor which influence the climate. So climate of the areas which are near to the ocean is different than ours. And the next one is oceanic currents. Oceanic currents means the currents which are generated in water. Yes, so on all these factors the climate is based. Next, besides these 4 factors, we have more factors. They are mountain ranges. So in the Himalayas we will have different climate, or when we climb the mountain and reach its peak, climate will be different. Okay, same way, types of land, as the land changes, climate changes. Now we are having soil, isn't it? And in desert region there is sand. Yeah, so there the climate is hot, where in the sandy areas, but here the climate is not so hot, it's hot and humid. So types of land also affect the climate. And then the last one, that is local winds. Local winds means the winds which we experience daily, that this also factors influence the climate of that particular region. So students, always remember The weather at a place keeps changing frequently, but the climate does not change that often. Okay? Next, the climate is different at different locations. Within our country, India, it is cool at some places and hot at some other places. It may be humid in some areas and dry in others. Do you know the climate affects the entire living world in different ways? Yes or no? Because we have experienced when there is rainy season, quickly we get sometimes we get cough and cold because of the change in the climate. Yes or no? But when it's summer season, we feel too hot and we feel like having some watery fruits, fluids, isn't it? Because that time we are unable to have heavy food, so we require light food. So these are some changes what we see in human beings. Like this, there are different changes in different living things. So life mostly thrives in regions which have a conducive climate. That means it thrives means it grows. Yeah, conducive means proper conditions, good atmosphere or good climate which enables the life of the people to grow. Okay, so the climate has affects the life of the entire living thing, and the conducive climate helps to the life to grow properly. The climate also influences the diet, shelter, etc. of living things. The distribution of water on the earth is also a controlling factor of the climate. So proper water distribution on the earth is also a factor which controls the climate. So now you all are able to describe the weather of surrounding area. You can understand the changes taking place in the weather from time to time. You are able to discuss the changes in climate considering the elements of weather. And lastly, you are able to explain the difference between weather and climate. So students, here we have finished our fourth lesson, that is weather and climate. I hope you all have understood it. So read the lesson thoroughly.